Yeah, I know. That was pretty funny.
There we go.
All right, this is Barber Motorsports Barnett Sidecar Revival 2.
Right. And I've got the pleasure of sitting with the sidecar racing team of Tony and Lisa Doukas. Now, Tony, you're no stranger, to say the least, to Barber, to racing. You've run Tony Doukas Racing, TDR Racing, out of Florida for many, many years.
Oh, yes. I actually started in probably about 1973, believe it or not. And then I raced motocross, dirt track, short track. Then I did dragster stuff. And then I went to Moroso, West Palm Beach. Fell in love with road racing, and I'm still with it.
Yeah, and you've got your own line of products.
Oh, yes,
And
I
yeah,
do,
the
yeah.
whole, so you're in the business of
Mhm.
of racing, actually. But it's interesting that you gravitated towards sidecars. What brought the two of you to sidecar racing?
Actually, my one of the people I sponsored, Keith Powell, he mentioned we saw sidecars about 6 years ago. We saw him here, and we were talking about it, and Lisa overheard me and said, "What do you mean you want Keith to go with the sidecar with you?" I says, "I could do that." And 6 months later, we owned a F1 sidecar.
Well, and Lisa, this is a perfect example of you and Tony of just what a family sidecar racing is. How it, you see husbands and wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, son, and in Pete Esseff's case, we got a son and a father.
Mhm.
Great way to keep the family together.
Absolutely. I was already coming to the racetrack and helping in the pits and cooking and cleaning, and it was like, hey, I get to join in on all the fun too now.
And you guys have, I've watched you guys develop
Mhm,
since you got
absolutely.
started, and you've really clicked and become quite a good team. Let's talk a little bit about a question that we all get a little bit,
Mhm.
and that is communication. Between the driver and the passenger, is there any? How do you do it? Because that's a very common question.
We usually communicate to each other after we get off the track. If I'm having difficulty with a certain turn or a transition, I can let Tony know that so he can either smooth it out, slow it down, give me a little more time to make that transition. Some teams have, one tap to slow down or two taps on the back to speed up. Our communication is, if I'm having trouble, I'll just beat on Tony's back and we go in. That's pretty much it. And
Is that
Yeah, most of the time we really don't. We really haven't even come in, but maybe once or twice. It's I'm being we switched from that F1 to an F2, and once we did that, I mean, she is 2 feet from me, so I could see if she's struggling. I could feel if she's struggling. If she misses a handhold or something, I can tell. And I work at accommodating, but lately she's spot on.
well? And
Absolutely.
that comes from teamwork, and that
Yes.
kind of communication comes from keeping the same passenger
Yeah.
and actually
Absolutely.
working together, and you get a feel for the bike. And I know when I was racing, if I stuffed my passenger into a corner with some kind of a move, I certainly didn't want to know what he had to say.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, I mean, and it's I see oftentimes passengers and a driver will have a different passenger every weekend.
Right.
That
That
doesn't
would be
seem
very
very
hard. That
Yeah.
would be very hard. Yeah, I've taken some other passengers out, and it's kind of a funny thing is when you get someone on there that's not your loved other one, you tend to get a little more aggressive and work it a little harder,
True.
and that's kind of got me into trouble a couple times because obviously he wasn't a seasoned passenger and he was doing the same thing. He was working too hard, and there wasn't enough communication. And that's why the communication between us is perfect, and we've done very well.
And any expectations this weekend? You're going out for your first race this afternoon. You've had some time on Barber. How are things looking this year?
we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, we're doing really good. We obviously just survived the hurricane, so came up here last minute. Only got 2 practice sessions in. We're lucky to even be here.
Tony and Lisa Doukas, one of our up and coming teams. Just great people, great team. Keep your eyes out for them.
Okay.